Hello folks, I'm Ed Overstreet. Welcome to the Night Sky Imaging YouTube channel. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. I'm in Spartanburg, South Carolina. We are at Eastern Standard Time, -5 uh, from Greenwich. And I am imaging the sun stream live. I'm looking at some of the issues I'm currently having with my streaming software. So let me get some things cleaned up here. Uh, but I am imaging the sun live. I'm really getting ready to start a time lapse in the next 10 minutes. So this will be a short and sweet one. But let's set up and I'll show you what I'm thinking about today and we'll see how it turns out. I roughly have about from 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30 to the sun transits around 1:30. I have about 2.5 hours, which should allow me plenty of time to get between 250 and 300 video frames that are each 500, or videos that are each 500 frames uh, in length. I guess that's what it is. So let's head outside and I will show you my telescope in action, and we'll be looking at a live view of the sun. So here we be. And we sure don't need to be moving around at 64 times sidereal, so let's move to 8. Well, we're going to move around, so let's go to 16. We want to kind of move quickly. And what else do I want to do over here before I do that? Something else occurred to me. Maybe it'll come back to me. Let's get rid of the crosshairs for right now because they're annoying when you're not imaging. And I have already gone to my settings and made sure that I am connected to the external drive. This is the 13th of June, and we're set up to save to that external hard drive. All right, let's just kind of move around, and I'll show you what I'm thinking about. In the lower left-hand side of my framing, there's this kind of a nice, let's see, we want the sun to move up some, and we want it to go east, south, nope, the other way. I got to get my bearings. So we've got this sunspot, and we've got some surrounding flaring going on. So if I parked and say use this as my reference, which would be I think a consistent reference throughout the next 3 hours, I think I would be able to minimize the alignment problems the software would have. And I'd put the crosshairs right there. But let's move over a little more up the other way. I know better. And let's stop. And if we do pick this, we got this nice filament here, and I don't know really what that's a dirt smudge. So let's overexpose it and let's see what the sun is likely. Let's see what the sun is likely to look like on the rim. Ah, that's a possibility because we do have some flaring going on. So, hey, this may be what I'll image. So, not sure yet. Let's make a complete trip around the sun, looking at the surface and the rim, and we'll make that decision in a few minutes. So, let's move up. We got another sunspot right here. I think that's going to be out of the question, but up here I know there's some more cool stuff going on. A much more pronounced sunspot, but I don't think we have much of any surface activity going on. So let's take a look. That's it, just started. Now, there you go. That's about it. this little doohickey here. So isn't that the case? Daggone it. I wish that other REM activity down here at the lower left would be smack dab here, because I watched the sun in a time lapse uh, that showed for the last 24 hours. It showed that this was really active with some real surface activity going on. So, well, it is what it is. I think I am still going to come back here, and this is where I'm going to frame and start the time lapse. But at any rate, let's continue to go north. We haven't seen everything yet. And wrong way, Ed. Here's a possibility. Now let's just say if I wanted to image here, and I put the crosshairs here, do I have anything up here that looks good? So let's, isn't that crazy? Nothing's going on the rim. Uh, so we are running out of options unless there's something going on over here. And let's try, let's see. While we're spinning around here, and let's come on down. If there's nothing on the surface, oops, what's happening here? All right, let's not defocus. Let's bring the exposure back. Ah, look, nothing. Okay, it looks like I have two areas of the sun that might be imageable, and I'm not excited really about either one, but I love doing this. So let's let me think this one through. This as promised for two reasons. One, I suspect we'll see some luminosity changing and some swirling over a 3 hour period here. So I think this part right here would be kind of noteworthy around this sunspot. That's the first thing. And then let's see if we kind of overexposed, but let's bring it down a little bit. And let's say we stopped about right there. What do we have on the surface? So here we go. And looky, this is it. This is where I'm going to be. So I have made up my mind, and I will be setting this up. So I'll show you how we'll set this up. I am going to bring up my crosshairs, and I just want one single crosshair. And I think I'm going to move the sun to the left, east a little more. Then I'm just going to double click right here to position that crosshair in the center. I'm going to go up to my capture, and I'm going to click on Start Capture, and I'm going to call this solar underscore, can't spell, can't type, this is ridiculous. And we're going to have 500 frames. We want the sequence length to be, let's say, 250. And we want to do a sequence of captures, so it's going to be one right after the other with a 15-second interval. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to reposition before I start this. I'm going to reposition this little this crosshair in the and let's change this now to 8 times sidereal. So we want to move the sun east a little, and we want to move it up a little, not a lot, and let's click it and let's start this. So we're taking our first time lapse. By the way, I've been working on focus and it's just not good seeing. As you can see, it's bouncing around a little bit, the sun, and there is no wind. The humidity is, excuse me, the humidity is off the charts, and it's 103 degrees at my telescope. I think that's what it said. I'll look again. No, 107 degrees at the telescope now. So it is hot, 42%. It's, wow. It feels like it's 120 out. So you're highly likely to have some kind of thermal interference with those temps. I'm not shooting over any roof. Yes, I am. I'm shooting over my rooftop also. And so that black rooftop is bouncing some of that sun's heat and just, no, anyway. So I'm lucky to get any kind of detail. But the fun is in the doing this. So far we have taken 4 images and down to 6 seconds, and then we're going to take another. Bingo. And so we're taking another. Clearly, at the conclusion of this time lapse, we'll have to take a flat frame because of the dust that's going to show up in the image. In this ridiculous sensor issue. So guys, that's all I've got for you. My time lapse is off and running, and I'll sit here and babysit this mount as much as it needs it from now until one other thing. I'll show you the scope I'm using right now. It's the one on the bottom. It's the 65 EDQ by Astrotech. And it has a moonlight focuser that allows me to sit in here and fiddle with the focus, usually screwing it up. And then we have the, I have a Quark chromosphere by Daystar, goodness, a Daystar Quark, Q-U-A-R-K, chromosphere, tilt adapter, and an IR UV cut filter. And attached to that is the ASO, the ZWO 174 monochrome camera. So I need to move north a tad, and I need to move east a tad. And we're starting another capture. I'll say, okay guys, that's where we are, and I will catch you guys later, and hopefully we'll have some productive time-lapse videos to put together and share.